Alright guys, this is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall. If you're new to the channel, we do this every single Tuesday and Wednesday. All three strikes, all three classes. We just match one with each and then we go from there. This is going to be the Inverted Spire with a Titan. If you need the other two classes or, well, let's say the other two strikes, link in the description down below. So for this, if you want to do 100,000 points, I will walk you through this. The video isn't going to show that. So if that bothers you at all, you know, go watch someone else's video. I'm fine with that. It's whatever. You do what you gotta do, but I will walk you through it verbally. So as far as handicap goes, if you're going for 100,000 points, this one can be done pretty quickly. So I would say 80, 85, you should be good. Definitely go void, definitely go heavyweight. Momentum could be good. Attrition could also be pretty decent for the first one, and then I would go Extinguish or Iron. And then as far as setup goes, of course we're rocking One-Eyed Mask. That's not nerfed yet. Another good one would be Ursa Furiosa, but we're really not going to be using the super in that way, so maybe not. Heart of Inmost Light would be really good. Armamentarium would also be another good one. And then we're rocking Go Figure, Outlaw Rampage. Pretty good one, just something with some range. If you want to use No Turning Back or whatever. You know, just whatever, just something with some range to it so you can take out some stuff from far away. And then we're rocking Telesto, is still awesome. I don't have the Catalyst, so you know, there's that. So if you have that, I'm not sure what the Catalyst does. Could be better with you guys if you have it. If not, whatever. But Telesto without the Catalyst is still pretty great. Definitely watch at least for that. And then we're going Hammerhead, Feeding Frenzy, High Impact Reserves, and a boss spec. As far as the subclass goes, we're going Middle Tree, Code of the Commander, because the explosion thing is freaking awesome. And I was using Towering Barricade, and it helped at the little last bit of the boss fight. Because I wanted to show like what it can get to if you don't melt the boss. But if you think you can melt the boss, whether you're going for 100,000 points or not, go Rally Barricade. That will, you know, taking out those reloads is really gonna like boost your damage output. Alright, so as soon as you spawn in, just go ahead and pop on your Sparrow. Now I will say you're not going to get any points until you get into the actual like restricted zone. So you want to do this part very quickly. Now if this happens and when someone's ran through it as you were loading in, that's pretty awesome. It's going to save you a lot of time and it'll get you some free headache free section. But if not, just stand back to where I was kind of standing back and looking around. Just take everything out from there, do it as quickly as possible, because like I said, you're not getting any points. And if you're going for 100,000 points, that's kind of the big thing. Same thing in this next area, you're not going to be getting any points quite yet. So clear the ads as quickly as possible. Kind of from here would be preferable. If you're going for 100,000 points, just kill the biggest things. Sometimes you'll get the Cyclopses. If you get those, you can try to run through them. I think in the Cabal version there's a Colossus, I want to think. Could be wrong about that. But if that's the case, just take him out and then go. Like obviously 100,000 points is not just about killing enemies, it's about speed. Because once you hit 15 minutes, your points are going to start getting slashed, so keep that in mind. And then now is where we finally start getting some points. I like to stay up here, just kill whatever these guys are. Sometimes they'll be Vex, sometimes they're Cabal. They're always pretty easy. And then I like to kill that guy. You can jump down and kill that guy, get a little bit closer. And then we're just going to take Telesto out. This is kind of me testing it out. Wasn't sure if it had been nerfed or whatever. It still feels amazing. Let's just go ahead and take out these guys, and then we're actually going to jump across here. If you're on a hunter trying to do this, I would say put on triple jump. I hate triple jump. I'm one of the the controlled jump players, but you do what you gotta do, because for some reason I haven't been able to make that jump in a little while just on the with the controlled jump or stompies. But if you're Rock and Hunter, you're probably using either Celestial Nighthawk, Gunslinger, or the top tree. I think it's the Trapper for the Night Stalker, and Orpheus Rigs. But just stay up here. As you can see, nothing's going to get you. The only thing that might start shooting at you is if you either get the Hydras, the Hydra version of this, or the Minotaurs will get too close, or you're too close to the right side of that little stage, and then you could possibly start getting shots. But just back up and you should be fine. And if you're going for 100,000 points, there's also a guy down below if you want to shoot him. There you go. But once you get here, if you're going for 100,000 points, obviously you want to kill everything. It's either going to be goblins, there's 2 or 3, they're just red bar goblins, or you'll get these elite, I think they're gladiators, I can't remember what these guys are called. Yeah. And then just take out these 2 snipers, right here and right here. And then pop down, there's going to be 2 more. There's either 2 gladiators, or I think it's 4 or 5 of the goblins. And then of course, if you stay up here, you'll be safe from the gladiators. They just run away. But Telesto makes pretty good work of them. And then there's just going to be some Legionnaires here. Now, if you're going for 100,000 points, I don't know if it would be better for you to skip these guys or kill them. I would kill the Legionnaires and the Goblins here, but I would skip this whole middle area that we're going to skip through in the video. That one I'll leave up to you. There's a bunch of enemies, but it also takes a bunch of time. I would probably suggest skipping this area. But then once you come over here, we get pretty lucky in that each of the 2 mini boss things that you have to kill to move on are in each of the bunkers, so that's good. I prefer it that way, honestly, so I don't have to keep looking for them. But what you want to do is just kill that sniper, and we're going to look in here. We're going to take out our Telesto, and we're just going to fill the room with Telesto shots. You do want to be closer than that, and if you get hurt real bad, just dip out of the window and wait for your health to come back, and then dip back into the window, where you can come to this window and trip them up. But then there's also going to be a Colossus in the middle area on that kind of bridge, almost gate looking thing. You can see him kind of there to the right. Make sure you take him out. I wouldn't even pop your super before taking him out. And then I'd use your super to kill this guy and take out the rest of the ads. If you have Ursa Furiosa, you could even use that to your advantage. There, take a bunch of damage, or shield a bunch of damage, and keep going. And then obviously, if you're rocking 100,000 points, you're going to want to kill these Centurions, and then flip the switch and jump up here, and we'll Telesto these guys, and we'll be down to the bottom. And then a good little trick to do is just before you jump down, instead of just going for it, especially if you're going for 100,000 points and stuff's going to be harder to kill, just kind of peek around, see if you can't pick anything off before you jump down. Otherwise, depending on which version you get, you're either going to get a couple gladiators and a couple of legionnaires, or you're going to get a couple goblins, like 2 or 3 goblins, and an elite minotaur. But once you got them all done, if you get the Vex version, I would just pick a spot and hide behind it. Don't kill any of the anything, and you should be safe. But if you get the Cabal version, well, unless of course you're going for the 100,000 points, then you want to kill everything. But if you're going for 100,000 points, pray you get the Cabal version. It is so much easier. Like, just watch this explosion thing. That's awesome. And then just kind of like use Telesto to your fullest ability. Like, it's just awesome. Now, if you don't have Telesto, feel free to pop your super here. Biggest thing to do is to stay alive, obviously. If you're rocking One-Eyed Mask, obviously that's going to help a lot too. And then if you're just going for completions, as soon as that thing hits 100%, run through it. Do not jump through it, because you will hit that little red spot and die. If you're running for 100,000 points, just clean everything up. It should hit 100% about the same time as you kill everything, hopefully. And then, depending on which version you get, there's going to be 3 scions to where I was just aiming at, which is where I was just aiming there. So just keep that in mind. But if you see these harpies, you should be clear to go. And then, once you drop down here, if you're going for 100,000 points, I would use your power ammo. Just make sure you have a lot of it to clear out the wanted enemy and these guys, because you're obviously going to want those points. If you're not, you can just run down this area right here and pop on your Sparrow and hit to the boss fight. Now, if you're having a hard time clearing this area, I would recommend, instead of popping on your Sparrow here, because as you'll see, I'll die. Should have died there. Instead of just going on your Sparrow there, go down to that second level where I died at, and then pop your Sparrow, and it should be a lot easier. Alright, and then obviously, if you're going for 100,000 points, you definitely want to kill some stuff. I wouldn't recommend, walking around this area and killing a whole lot of stuff. Just enough to kind of pad your points. But if not, if you're just going for completions, just be able to do what I just did. And we'll move on into the boss fight, which again is going to be a lot easier with either Telesto or a Hammerhead, and then a good Rally Barricade. But let's say you're rocking Arc Singe. For whatever reason, maybe to pop the shields. Make sure you kill the elite last, or at least pop the shields. Because if you get any power ammo, for whatever reason, if you pop that shield, it knocks the power ammo off. Not fun. Or it used to. I don't know if it still does. I just do that as a precaution. But once the boss comes out, I like to throw a grenade. And this is where you pop your first Rally Barricade. Just get him out quickly. If you take a lot of damage, start taking damage, just feel free to run away. You should be able to do enough damage for him to teleport out of there. But if not, just maybe have your super ready and just kind of hide behind cover, take out the enemies, and then you should be good. But once you get down here, make sure you find this little area that I'm standing on, which is like the shortest pillar stack thing, and then you can actually just kind of kneel down and take him out. If you're going for 100,000 points, obviously you'll still want to be there, but just leave enough damage so the ads spawn in, and you can just hide behind there and just take him out really quick. And then for this section, you're pretty much just going to do what I do here. Clear these ads, pick up the ammo, and in this area he's going to shoot this like arc blinding blast. If you'll kind of hear it kind of like build up and then shoot. Just kind of jump in the air at that point, and then you'll want to do what I'm doing here, which is kind of get him to teleport or run around and then start doing damage to him. We are getting both waves here. These waves aren't usually this bad, and plus the boss will still be in the juice. So just keep that in mind. So you can it'll be a lot easier to clear ads. Probably should use that shield throw to kill the enemies, but that's okay. Just take out the enemies, and then you want to use those 2 pillars that I'm about to use right here for cover. Be very careful. And then that's going to do it for the video. So hopefully you found this guide helpful, informative, useful in some kind of way. If you did, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. The links to the other guides are in the description box down below. And as always, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper. I hope you guys have an awesome week.
Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes out, Guardian.